Everything will always work itself out the way it's supposed to. That has served me in so many ways. Sometimes you get devastated by things that happen or don't happen, and that being able to step back and be like, oh, this was supposed to happen, and this is the way it was supposed to be, just allows me to kind of shut it and move on.
We are here with Issa Rae, actor, writer, producer, one-time YouTuber, founder of HOORAE Media. Do you still do YouTube, by the way?
I still have a YouTube channel. Sometimes we use it to uplift other creators. We use it for like radio, music video stuff. So yeah, but I don't I haven't created something myself in years.
Was that since Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl?
Since a lot of people don't know that since Awkward Black Girl, I did create a couple other series. And I had a series that was commentary on some of my favorite Ratchet songs called Ratchet Peace Theater. So since then, I have not done anything.
Okay. Is that, I mean, would you consider revisiting that if it were?
I love creating for YouTube, but you have to talk to HBO Warner about that. They have they're like, if you're gonna create something, you're gonna create something for us. So I respect it, but I miss those days. I see like Mr. Beast and I see all that he's built since then. I'm like, dang, maybe I got out of YouTube too quick.
He's got 120 something, 130 million followers.
He's got the YouTube making down to a science. Like I was reading a thread about his viral content and how he hooks people, and he puts like real money into his videos. And
right.
That I just didn't have the means to do all that back then.
Well, like who would?
He's like 20 something, which is crazy.
Yeah, so what were your career goals back before the HBO deal?
Before the HBO deal, I wanted to be on HBO. Honestly, I wanted to create a show that could live on HBO. So many, like Curb Your Enthusiasm was on there, Sex and the City. Like there were so many shows that I wanted to make that platform credited, that gave opportunities to so many dope creators and writers and talent. And then I wanted to make films. So I had the aspirations that I still do now, but I didn't realize how much I wanted to do until I started doing it.
So you did 5 seasons of Insecure. When that ended, how did you feel about it?
I was happy as hell when Insecure ended. We had been working towards an ending.
Right.
We knew that we were gonna end after 5 seasons. Obviously, like the last day of filming, all my emotions hit and it was sad. And I was like, am I making the right decision? Do I wanna end this show? But I was really proud of all that we had accomplished, and after that last episode aired, I turned everything off and just went and took a vacation.
Yeah, good. Well, I know music was really big, a huge part of that show. Do you see that? Then you've done rap shit, right? I mean, is music just something that comes naturally as part of your creative process?
Music is so central to my creative process. It's I create playlists when I'm writing. I sometimes will hear a song and put it aside to be like, oh, I'm gonna write a project about this, and I'm gonna write that project to this particular song. Or if that project comes out, this song is gonna be in it. It's just another layer of storytelling that helps. It inspires, it can inspire others, it can inspire characters. So yeah, I can't imagine not having music be a part of my process in some way.
So what brings you to Cannes Lion? Back up.
I am at Cannes Lion. This is like my 3rd or 4th time here. I love coming. We are, I'm launching a partnership with Shipped, and talking to a couple of different brands out here, meeting some CMOs, and we might have a hand on the marketing side. HOORAE Marketing is out here as well, making some moves. So there'll be some announcements on that front.
Yeah, so tell us about the production company. It's an umbrella holding company, I guess, HOORAE Media. You do a bunch of different things. What's the vision for the company? What do you do?
HOORAE Media is an entertainment media company. It consists of several different verticals. Obviously, we do film and television and digital. We also have a management arm, which is called Color Creative, where we manage writers, showrunners, talent. We also have an audio everywhere company called Radio, which consists of a music label, podcasting company, music supervision company. So we have all those facets, and of course our vertical arm, which will be announced soon, our HOORAE Media, our HOORAE marketing arm. So it's like an ecosystem, a flywheel of sorts, and really anything that we touch in a production or on the experiential side, HOORAE takes care of.
And actually, you've partnered with Canva on a Find Your People program. Tell us just about that a little bit.
Yeah, so on the color creative side, the management company, we have a program called Find Your People, and it's about giving people behind the camera, whether that's editors, producers, cinematographers, an opportunity to find each other and make a short film together. So the Find Your People program started before 2020, but then it started in 2020, but then kind of fell apart. And so Canva partnered with us. They were our first partner to give these creators and talented, we call them below the line, I guess, talent, an opportunity to find each other and create something special.
Do you feel like you had that type of opportunity when you were coming up?
I had to find my own people when I was coming up. That's what inspired it, honestly. Like finding the producers, finding the DPs, finding the costume designer, and like coming together to initially create what were our color creative pilots. And then when I created Insecure, it's about tapping into the people that I had worked with before. So it's really just an effort to kind of recreate that, because I strongly believe that the people who will help you ascend are around you. So we just make it easier for them to find each other.
Good. So what current projects do you have? What's in development?
Boy, let me tell you.
Taking up your time today.
We have several projects in the works internally. Rap Shit Season 2 is coming soon. We rebooted Project Greenlight.
Oh, right.
So that's going to be coming this summer. I think they'll announce the date very soon as well. Really excited about that. We have, I'm touring for Barbie right now, which is coming out July 21st. And I'm always missing something. We have so much going on, but those are the top 3 things right now. Rap Shit Season 2, Project Greenlight, and Barbie.
And you were in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yes, I was in, this one's Year Ahead. It's Across the Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse, the third one, which I'm also excited about.
I'm all mixed up.
It's a lot.
Wait, are you in that third one too?
I can't say if I'm in the third one, but if you watch the second one, you can make your guesses.
They're clues.
There are clues. There might be some clues. But yeah, Across the Spider-Verse is still in theaters now, and
it's a big hit.
They did that. Lord and Miller are geniuses, and shout out to Kemp, and who was one of the directors, and all the animators who took part in it.
So what are you most excited to accomplish next? Aside from what you've already talked about, Rap Shit 2, and some of the other things. Are you going to create music yourself, for example? Anything like that?
I'm definitely not creating music myself. I'm strictly a fan, but I'm excited. Like, I haven't written a movie or put it out yet. I've written a movie, but I haven't produced one yet. So that's coming up. We actually have a couple movies in the works this summer, and I hope that we'll be able to shoot them.
Yeah, I mean, is the writer's strike having an impact? And then there's SAG-AFTRA, which may go on strike too.
Yeah, all of that is having an impact.
Yeah.
We'll all be affected, but I feel like it's all gonna be for the better. These changes that'll hopefully come from the strike. I hope the studios recognize that there are needs that need to be addressed, and there are legitimate fears for the people who make this industry possible. So I think it's important to hear them out and pay them what they're worth.
Yeah. Good. Well, are you on any picket lines or?
Yeah, I did visit the picket line. I visited like a couple of weeks ago, and it was they were out there partying.
Well, you got to make the best of what you have, I guess.
Yeah, I think that that's the beautiful thing about it is that people are meeting each other and they're in great spirits while also understanding their worth and demanding their worth.
Now, so Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity. Let me ask you, what inspires you creatively, in addition to music, let's say?
What inspires me creatively
Yeah.
in addition to music? Oh my gosh, I
What gets your creative juices flowing?
honestly, it's one of two things. Obviously, my real life experiences and people watching and hearing people's stories, like I just immediately get inspired. But honestly, anytime I read a magazine, news stories, like so many of those real life stories, the way that those are written and even just set up will inspire me to tell my own.
And then what is the best piece of creative advice or professional advice you've ever received?
The best piece of advice. That is, everything will always work itself out the way it's supposed to. That has served me in so many ways. Sometimes you get devastated by things that happen or don't happen, and that being able to step back and be like, oh, this was supposed to happen, and this is the way it was supposed to be, just allows me to kind of shut it and move on.
That's pretty big. So you said you wrote your own movie?
Yes.
What is that about? Can you tell us anything about it?
Yeah, it's an adaptation of an Italian movie called Perfect Strangers, and it is a relationship thriller, I'd say, about couples who go to a dinner party and decide to play a game where all the notifications that come on their phone, they have to read aloud. So naturally, things ensue.
Uh-oh. Are you in the movie?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, we'll eagerly await that. That sounds really cool.
Well, thank you. I feel like you covered my whole life.
What are your biggest challenges?
Right now, the challenges are just the shifting industry. You know, I feel so confident about what we want to do moving forward, what we want to make, what we want to create. But when I think about even just the last strike, so many Black shows of color just went off the air, and so prioritizing creators of color and making sure that when we do come back up and the industry decides to consolidate, which it's doing, and it shifts to wanting to appeal to broad audiences, that broad audiences still include creators of color and people who are making stuff for us. So that's a fear, that's a challenge, but as long as we're aware of it, it won't happen again.